Ladies and gentlemen, our next inductee, honoree, is John Madigan. John is a retired chairman and chief executive officer of Tribune Company. He served as chairman from 1996 through December 2003 and was chief executive officer from May of 1996 until December of 2002. Tribune Company was a media industry leader with newspaper, broadcasting, and baseball operations in major markets throughout the United States. Madigan was a special partner of Madison Dearborn Partners. He was also a director at AT&T Wireless, Led Sciences, McCormick Tribune Foundation, Morgan Stanley, and Boise Cascade, a member of the board overseers of the Hoover Institution, and a past chairman of the Chicago Council of Foreign Relations, the Commercial Club of Chicago, and, of course, the Chicago Cubs. He serves as a trustee of Northwestern University and Rush University Medical Center. He serves on the board of the Museum of Television and Radio in New York, the Associated Press, and the Defense Business Board of the Pentagon. Madigan served in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserves. He now lives in Hobe Sound, Florida, and Winnetka, Illinois, so he divides his time. He has a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Michigan and an honorary degree from the Illinois Institute of Technology. He married Holly Williams, who we've now lost, and they had 3 children who attended New Trier. Please welcome John to the podium, ladies and gentlemen.
Fighting to win, they're the green and the gray. I won't do that. My family would leave, I think. Mark, I'm so old that I saw Chick Chikowski play for Indiana in the Michigan Stadium probably in 1955, I believe, and later became, when he was at Indian Hill coaching swimming for years, he became a very good friend. He was a wonderful man, and just thought I'd mention that. So this is a great honor. I can't tell you how much it means to me. I came from I think this is a great class of laureates. The one person that I knew previously quite well is Keith Crown, who is an amazing person, and his surviving 9/11 is a story that's that I just keep thinking about over and over again. It's one of the most wonderful things of any friend that happened to any friend of mine. The people from my class that are laureates, Bruce Dern, who's a very good friend, great actor, Laura Dern's father, and of course Sam Harris, who was in, I believe, the first class here. Sam is a survivor. He was a Holocaust survivor, and went on later to be the inspiration behind the Holocaust Museum in Skokie, which is, if you haven't been there, you've made a mistake. It's fabulous. And Sam's featured there in a diorama, and he's just a great person and just did so much for the world after New Trier. And my great colleague, Scott Smith, who came in a couple of years ago, who meant so much to me in my career over the years. Scott, terrific guy. And then going back, there's so many great names: Rahm Emanuel, Scott Turow, Mike Pyle, Anne Margaret, the great actress. And then there was Don Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense, who you probably all remember, a very incredible person. But one of the things he did in his life was to give me my first cigarette. He was my counselor at camp in Canada. I was in 8th grade. He was going to Princeton. And he took me out in the woods and showed me how to smoke a cigarette. So I don't think that was in his introduction here many years ago. In 1954, nobody would have predicted that I would be up here. I was not a superstar at New Trier. I was the youngest, one of the youngest people in my class, maybe the youngest. My mother shoved me out the door and when I was little and said, go to school a year early. So I did that, and I was kind of immature, and I just never, I was behind everybody. I tried football and got blasted and gave up on that. I had been a really great swimmer before I got to New Trier. I never lost a race. Then when I got to New Trier, I never won a race. And I wasn't very big. The girls were all taller than I was, believe it or not. I was a late grower, but I made it out of New Trier, went to Michigan, and like the doctor mentioned, it was no big deal after New Trier. It was like I'd been to a junior college for a couple of years and got a lot of things out of my system that some of my colleagues that came from smaller schools in the state of Michigan they went into shock when they got to that great big school in Ann Arbor. But it was nothing for me after New Trier, and I think New Trier just gave me a great foundation for doing things there. And I had, I'm not going to go into my college years, but they were great, and I had some leadership opportunities that meant a lot, but I really think the foundation of that was built at New Trier. It was just really a great experience when I look back on it. Receiving this honor is really important to me, and it caused me to reflect on my life as I was thinking about this and preparing to think of the things that mattered. Of all the things I've done, I think has been working in doing things for education, and supporting education has really been the number one thing that I have to leave behind me. I spent a lot of time on civic activities in Chicago, working on advocating for charter schools, which I believe in very, very strongly. Spent a lot of time on that, and we were able to, I think, get a significant number of charter schools going. And the McCormick Foundation was advocated for early childhood education, which is crucial if you know anything about education. If you don't have that, you're in an uphill battle for the rest of your life. And we succeeded in getting Illinois to be at the forefront of that. And then our family has supported inner city schools in 2 schools for sure, where all the students are underprivileged. They are in the black areas on the south side of Chicago, and that has just really been a wonderful thing. To me, that in addition to helping to build a great company, which Tribune was before a lot of things happened in recent years, supporting education has been so important to me, and getting an honor like this from an educational institution means something extra special. And of course, like some of the other laureates tonight, I couldn't have done anything in my life without family support. I wouldn't be standing here without it. My parents were great. I grew up in Winnetka. I lived 2 blocks from Hubbard Wood School where I attended. I just really believe in this community. But I couldn't have done it without my parents' support, and my wife, who was mentioned in the introduction. Even though she went to Evanston High School, she was great. She overcame that, and I got it. And of course, I have 3 great kids. 2 of them are here, Mark and Griff, and Griff's wife Vita is here. My daughter Melanie and her husband couldn't be here tonight, but their 2 wonderful children are here. Cooper and Olive are at our table, and a good friend of mine, Penny Goodman, came up all the way from Florida to see this, and I'm appreciative of that. I've had plenty of support from classmates over the year, and that's meant a lot. We have a reunion every year at Hackney's, and it's just, we do. It works. It's a lot of fun. And our class president, Bernie Ranella, I believe, nominated me for this. He's a great guy. He's probably my closest friend. And he was president of our class, and he still keeps it going, and I'm ever grateful for him. Again, I'm honored. New Trier means something to everyone I meet. It's amazing what a brand has been developed by this school. It's just outstanding, and everywhere you go, you say, I went to New Trier, and the light turns on, and there's an envy there, and I just feel like a really lucky guy to have been here. So thank you.